Hi friends! Today's video is going to be my 24-hour reading vlog. Yes! How does Penny's nose look? The day in the mall! I'm so excited. I've always wanted to do one of these. We have a weekend planned literally just to read. I'm not crazy, and I also care about my sleep schedule, so I'm doing two 12-hour days, and it's 10 o'clock right now. We're about to start the timer for 12 hours of reading today. My friend Tenny is joining me for most of the day, and I have other friends that are going to be dropping in throughout the day, I think, which will be fun. Hopefully I will be able to not talk. I'm not so good at that. So I have stacks of books here as options. I'm gonna run through them really quickly because there's too many. I don't need to tell you what they're all about. So our books that are on my January TBR, the book that I'm definitely starting with is Beartown. I'm halfway through. I'm reading this for my book club. I'm obsessed, and I know that in 3 hours I probably will be sobbing. So looking forward to that. And then I have One for My Enemy, The Great Alone, and The Great Divide. So I'm probably gonna read one of those. And then I have The Night and the Moth, which I borrowed from my friend. This one I probably will read next, I'm thinking. Then I have a stack of books that I picked up from the library. Lots of different options because I don't want to have a book that I don't like. I wanted to have lots of options. So we have the Bridgerton book for the season of Bridgerton that's coming out at the end of this month. We have the Banned Books Club, Headshot, The Ghetto Within, and these two are pretty short, which I thought would be nice to have some short options. The Cemetery of Untold Stories, Saltwater, The In-Between Bookstore, which I have the audiobook for because I got it as an ARC a year ago and I never read it. So this one may be a good book for audio option. I will be switching to audiobook if I'm like reading, cooking, whatever. Like I'm gonna be doing reading for 12 hours as much as possible. And then I have Blue Sisters, another kind of, I feel like that's gonna be a sad lit fic book. So those are all my options. My friend Tenny is on her way. I am going to get cozy on the couch and start I guess the 24-hour timer. I'm like a little nervous. We also got lots of snacks. I'll show you them in a little bit. We're really prepared for this. I already got my exercise done for the day. Gonna sit on the couch for the rest of the day. I'm really, really excited. All right, let's start reading. I'm almost an hour in. I'm on page 250 of Beartown. Tenny's here now. What did you bring with you to read?
Both of these, the Throne of Glass books.
Yeah, Tenny's doing the tandem read.
Which is kind of irritating.
I loved it.
Well, I haven't really been doing a good job of it. I don't know. I'm just going on vibes of when to switch. And then I brought Pride and Prejudice.
Baby copy.
A little baby copy. And then Master Margarita.
Yeah, I feel antsy sitting here. I feel like there are things that I need to do. So I'm gonna listen to an audiobook. I'm gonna set up our snack on my counter here, and then I will probably sit back down and read this. So I'm not listening to this one at all because I'm annotating it and I wanna be like really reading it. That's the update for now. I'll show you guys the snack setup when I have it all done. Snacks are done. I'm actually super proud of this. I feel like we're hosting a party. This is the sweet one with fruit and chocolate. And we have dates with soy butter. And then I made hummus yesterday. So we have hummus and chips and veggies. And then we have a bin full of lots of different snacks. That's basically what lunch is gonna be because it's almost lunchtime. I've been listening to Pride and Prejudice. A little drama going on right now. I'm gonna finish this chapter and then I'm going to read Beartown because I really wanna finish that book. Oh my god, you can see my bestie in the background. I brought her out from under the bed because I felt sad for her that she was trapped under the bed. I am 50 pages away from finishing Beartown. I just have sequestered myself into my room. 2 more of my friends have shown up. I wanted to give myself the space to experience the full range of emotions I imagine will happen when I finish this book. AKA, I think I'm gonna sob, which I'm kind of like hoping that I do. But anyway, I'm gonna sit here and read. I just have this feeling like something really, really bad is gonna happen. As if like bad stuff hasn't already happened, but I feel like even more bad stuff is gonna happen. Oh my god. Like, honestly, one of the best books that I've ever read in the entire world ever. God! I'm gonna try to make my reviews in this video short because I know this is gonna be a long video, and if you want more thoughts, I always post a wrap up at the end of the month, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. But as you can tell, there was a lot of writing in this book that I really enjoyed. Frederick Bachman is probably one of the most, if not the most talented author that I've ever read. I think that the way that he creates characters that you relate to so deeply, even if they are experiencing things that you've never experienced, is phenomenal. The emotion that he's able to portray through so few words is why I love him so much. I love that he writes about how messy people are. Like, this town experiences something really, really intense. If you don't know, like, definitely check trigger warnings before you read this. The way that he writes about everybody in the different ways that they react, and the way that they react initially versus how they end up reacting later, or what they end up doing later, is so human. And I think, given the subject, he did an amazing job handling it. That's like coming from my life experience, which is totally different from somebody else's, so other people could feel differently about it. Again, check the trigger warnings for this book, but it was phenomenal. Basically, I would have highlighted this whole book. That's how good I think the writing was. Like, here, let's just pick one quote and then I'm gonna read it to you. Being a parent makes you feel like a blanket that's always too small. No matter how hard you try to cover everyone, there's always someone who's freezing. There's so much in here about friendship, about being a parent, about being alone, about being bullied, about community, about like growth, and how you can go through different experiences in life and you can change your mind and you can grow as a person, and even if you were going to regret the way that you initially reacted, there's still always a chance to change your tone about something. Anyway, I just like cannot say enough good words about this book. A billion jillion stars. This is like more than 5 stars, but this is technically my first 5-star read of the year, which I kind of knew it was going to be. God, this is like so important to me. Frederick Bachman is so important to me. Like, I just want to read his books over and over and over again, and I can't believe that I get to read 2 more books in this series that are even longer than this. Like, I've never been so excited to read long books. I'm gonna not read them right away. I don't have them now. I'm gonna order them so that I can do the same annotation on them. This is now a prized possession of mine. So glad that I read it. Can't wait to talk about it with my book club. I just said I was gonna give a quick review, but I didn't, so too bad. I'm gonna go out and we can chat with my friends about what they're reading, but that is my update for now. I guess I have to go into another book. Oh, also I'll tell you what time it is. 2:27, which means I've been reading for almost 4.5 hours. Let's go see what my friends are reading. This is my new hairdo. Do you guys like, how does Tenny's nose look? Does it look good in there?
Yeah.
Any boogers? Okay, focus. Guys. Yesterday when I went to the health food store, I saw this thing called banana water, and I think it's gonna be gross, but I have to try it. Wait, this is important. I chose, it was either banana blueberry, banana strawberry, or chocolate banana.
I feel like that's gonna be the
And
worst.
Hannah Lee sitting next to me has been patiently waiting for the last 30 minutes while we gab about queer lit.
Have you been excited for her to try? Yeah, she took it out like
It smells like bananas. That is really strange. It's like kind of like a watery banana smoothie.
Was it good?
I wouldn't say so. I am not
Is it bad?
sure. Like, no.
Try it with this. I bet it'll be a good combo.
These
These are so good.
These are the sort of things that look like they should have sesame in them.
Are we sure they don't have sesame?
Yeah, I read it 5 times.
They're so good.
Oh, not together though.
Yeah.
Not together at all. You guys probably aren't
What
gonna
color
want
is
more
it?
than
I'm
that.
so
I don't really.
excited.
Okay, color reveal.
Ew.
Who wants the first one? Everybody test. I can't honestly do more. I don't know.
Okay, it's like fine.
It's not good though, but it's not like bad.
This is delicious.
Shut the door and you're gonna vomit.
I actually love that.
I love artificial banana.
Who wants
though.
more?
It's like
Okay,
the worst
somebody
thing I've
finish
ever had.
Liz's.
That's
Do you
just
like
okay.
banana?
Yeah, but that tastes like banana Laffy Taffy, but like chocolate banana Laffy Taffy. It tastes like it should be like milky.
I agree. I think that's why it's throwing me off.
No, this is
So what's everybody reading? Okay.
I like to accentuate my nose, honestly. I used to be like, oh my god, I have a big nose, and now I'm like,
Oh my god, I have a big nose. This is my next book, The Night and the Moth. Liz is also reading The Night and the Moth! What page are you on?
45.
Okay, see if I can catch up. Do you
Weird
guys-
so far. Kind of religious overtones, which I'm not a huge fan of.
but not Christian or like not a religion in our world.
No, religious zealot, I would say.
Great big word.
Which is, I know I love that word.
Sounds like a celebrity baby name. Zealot.
That, yeah.
Like
Can I put that on my
Elon
baby
Musk-
names list?
Zealot.
Zealot.
Oh,
No. Yeah, we don't need to talk about him. Do you guys want to give reading updates?
Yes, but I do want to say that I liked this book and
I don't like it. It's just like throwing
it
me
was
off.
sexy.
It's sexy?
But like in a restrained way.
Okay.
Like not.
I
not
really
gross
loved
sexy.
One Dark Window, the
Oh.
duology. We loved that one. Big fan.
I love the gargoyle.
Really
The
great.
Oh my
gargoyle
God.
is great.
Yeah, he's like.
Well,
a
I'm really
cutie.
excited because the words on the page are big. Emily, what are you reading?
I'm reading The Short and Tragic Life of Robert Pierce.
Peace.
Really different vibes going
Very
on
different
here,
vibes.
but
I have dyslexia, so I'm gonna redo that. Wait, we didn't even finish her.
Oh, sorry. We just started talking about dyslexia,
yeah,
not even about the
dyslexia.
book.
This is a book that I think is gonna be really good. He is a man who grew up in New York, and he is potentially going to Yale. And he has a really short life. And I
Also
love-
tragic.
Should
Oh,
I get
yeah.
butt pants?
I think Liz should get butt pants. What do you think?
What's
What
butt
are butt
pants?
pants? Like
Butt
assless
pants.
chaps?
No.
That
Actually, I think
yes, you
I
should do that.
could rock those.
I
but
feel
no.
like you should do that actually.
Just like pants that make your butt look really good.
I mean,
yeah.
That should
Why
be,
wouldn't you?
Should be every pair of
I don't know.
pants.
Okay, Tenny.
Okay, Tenny,
it's your turn.
You're up.
We gotta read. It's been
Okay,
too
I
many
got a
minutes
lot.
since I've read.
I got a lot of things. I'm reading these two books and I'm reading them at the same time, and that is kind of irritating me a little bit. Which I guess I could just not do that, but yeah, I don't know. I am enjoying it. It's not my favorite fantasy series, but I'm still enjoying it. And then I'm gonna switch because I've been reading these for a while now. I'm going to switch to this book, which is a hard pivot to Russian satire. I put this picture in. This is my bookmark, and these are my friends.
Hi guys. Tenny just went to the gym in my apartment so she could walk on the elliptical. Liz just went to bring Hannah to meet her mom. I am on page 35 of The Night and the Moth. To be honest, I'm kind of reading slowly today, which is not that big of a deal, but kind of the fun of reading this many hours in a row is like, oh my god, I can finish so many books, but whatever. I'm trying to get into this book. It's a little bit harder when people are around, which is fine. I knew that was going to be like part of this, including friends in this challenge, but it's more fun with people around, so whatever. Anyway, it's interesting so far. It's always hard to get like the first 50 pages of a fantasy book. I'm always like, what is literally going on? And this one I'm totally feeling like that, but I think I'm starting to get it. Just opened some caffeine. I didn't feel like making a matcha. I was gonna make a matcha or like a chai, but I bought this yerb yesterday, so gonna have some of that. Probably will have like half of it today. There's a lot of caffeine in those, and I don't have caffeine super often, so don't like to drink them all at once. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading this, and I'll update you maybe at like the halfway point. So far, so good.
The Timothy Chalamet.
Dune?
Dune.
From the Timothy Chalamet.
Or like what I pictured the ACOTAR. Yeah.
The Worm. Somebody was telling me that they were reading that as Weerum. Was that you? That was from the Priory Zorn.
The Wearium.
The Weerum. Okay, Miss Liz is going home. What
Hi.
page did you make it to?
I'm on page 118.
Okay, you're a little bit ahead of me. It's fun we're reading the same book.
It is really fun. We never read the same book.
I know, at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we have read a lot of the same books, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think you also like literature more than I do. Yes. Or like well-written books. And I like trash.
And sometimes that's okay.
You know, it's always okay.
It's also literature.
Reading is for vibes. And sometimes the vibes are that you want to sob and read a really well-written book, and sometimes the vibes are that you don't want to think about anything and you just want to get
this I really like. This is the good like vibe that I needed right now. It's like good, serious, spooky.
We love the gargoyle.
But the only thing that I can picture is like, you know the gargoyles from like Igor?
No.
Like there's like,
I'll put a picture in for you guys once we find it. I love the gargoyle, and I just read a part where he was sobbing and he's so sweetie. I want to protect him.
Hard time imagining her shroud. It's just like
me too.
The shroud is for her eyes?
Yeah, but only her eyes.
Oh, but I kind of thought that, like,
shroud.
based on the picture, it looked like it was her hair covering her eyes. So basically the diviners are like, nobody can see their eyes. That's what I thought the shroud was like her clothes, like her only clothes she wore.
That's just like
no, she wears normal clothes too, but like
it's like a white cloth.
What are those? What are those things
But I don't know how
called?
she can see through it.
And they can't see her eyes.
Yeah,
I think it's more like mesh-ish.
Yeah,
but like then wouldn't they be able to see her eyes? I'm gonna go crazy looking up fan art when I'm done with this book.
Muslin, is that the cloth?
Yeah.
What are the people? Now I'm still on the Dune references.
Truly, it's one of my top 5 least favorite films.
Okay,
no,
Dune sucks.
But
there's not enough Zendaya, there's not enough Florence Pugh.
No,
I just want a movie with them. I don't care about the spices and the worms.
No,
the wee worms.
Don't know
Maybe it's like you could only see from below. Like you can see, but they can't.
Right.
Well, I'm really excited to look at fan art, but I never look up fan art until I'm done with the book because I don't want spoilers. I'm gonna turn the camera off now. Everybody say bye, Liz.
Bye,
bye Liz. Okay guys, it is 7:42, so there are 14 hours and 22 minutes on the timer, which means I've read for 40 minutes. Yeah, 9 hours and 40 minutes. I've only read like 350 pages, which I feel like is not enough pages for 9 hours. I was crying in some of them. Also, I think I need to make up at least an hour because I was chatting. Or maybe I'll just decide that it doesn't matter. Yeah, the point is that I had the intention of reading for 24 hours. Anyway, it's almost 8 o'clock. I just had dinner. Well, and Tenny. We just had dinner. It was delicious. I am gonna sit and read more. I'm on page 143, chapter 12 of The Night and the Moth, and I think I'm finally getting into it. I feel like it took me it's like taking me a little while to connect to the characters. I feel like the way that they kind of plop you into the story, I was a little confused, and it was jarring of a switch from the last book I read. Now some crazy stuff is happening, and so I'm sucked in. I'm gonna sit and read just like I've been doing all day. Only like 2.5 more hours until bedtime. It's not you
I'm scared. I don't want to explode.
It's not gonna.
You're so brave.
I am also scared of this, but I know that this isn't the step where it pops. You don't have to stand right here if it's gonna be too scary. You've got me stopping at a really pivotal point in the book. Want to read aloud to me while I do this?
Yes, I'll start from pubis. Let me read to you.
Okay. That's basically where I stopped.
Where is pubis?
Okay, I'm doing it.
I bled my moon's blood. I'd been lying there sometime then. The world was hazy, my mind undulating.
God.
I remember darkness held in the gargoyle's stone arms. Oh, so brave. Okay.
Thanks. Okay, so we're making cinnamon rolls now. It is 9:30 and I have 120 pages left of my book. Something pretty crazy just happened, and they also used the word pubis. More important than what just happened in the book, they used the word pubis. Anyway, really excited about cinnamon rolls. I'm feeling really awake, so I think I might read past the 10 o'clock 12-hour mark because I want to finish this before I go to bed. We have our cinnamon rolls. Look at literally how beautiful this is. Yes.
Getting at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Oh, aha. Mmm. Oh my god, and the outside is so crispy. Wow. Just what I needed.
Hey.
Reading. I think I need to put on one of those girls on the TV that reads for 30 minutes. I think I was getting tapped out of that rain noise. How many hours of ambiance? Oh, she's reading my friends. Wait, but there's rain in this one. Oh, look at her little house. Okay, focus time. Stealing gargoyle? Yes, he said with delight. I'm rather good at it. I was caught only twice. Have I behaved ignobly again by your childish standards? Welcome to my bathroom. Shout out to my cousin for getting me this little headband for Christmas. It's my face wash headband now. Just doing my nighttime skincare. It's like 11 o'clock, I think. I honestly don't even really want to know what time that it is because it's late. Anyway, I decided that I'm not gonna stay up just to finish The Night in the Moth because I'm gonna be reading all day tomorrow. I know I can just finish it in the morning. I don't have that much left of it. I think I have like 50 pages left. I'm just so tired that I have to go to bed. Tenny just left. We were reflecting on our pages per hour count not being great. I think I read a total of, I think I said like 550 pages in like kind of like 13 hours, but I wasn't reading for all 13 hours because I had friends here and I was distracted by discussing random things with them and chit-chatting with them, so whatever. It's part of the fun of this. It would be interesting sometime to do a 24-hour readathon like totally alone, like where I'm not with anybody else. Personally, I don't think I would enjoy that because I do not like being alone for that much time, especially. Anyway, I'm still really enjoying The Night in the Moth. I feel like it is getting better as the book goes on. The romance in it is great. It feels different, but it follows a similar vibe of a lot of fantasy stories with the like female main character is like all of a sudden the one. She's with other people, so she's not alone trying to like solve the crisis. There's like the main characters learn something that they thought was totally different about the way their world works. Anyway, there are a lot of like common fantasy tropes, but I do feel like it's done a little differently. I do really like Rachel Gillig's writing style. I remember feeling this when I read One Dark Window. I feel like I'm having a hard time connecting with the main character. I like her a lot, but feel like she doesn't have a ton of personality. I don't know, maybe it's just like because I've been reading all day and like I'm feeling like the going between Beartown and this book was kind of an interesting change, I guess, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Oh my god, you can really see the bruise on my hand in this camera. I think this is from swim practice. I don't know, it just like showed up on my hand. I don't have too much more to say on The Night in the Moth, but I am enjoying it. It's definitely going to be above a 4-star. Oh, I was saying I really liked Rachel Gillig's writing style. I think that she does a good job with the lyrical writing, but not making it too flowery. I'm pretty picky about that because I feel like sometimes authors can kind of use that as like a way to be like, oh, their writing is so amazing, but they're just like putting in a bunch of adjectives and not really saying anything. My favorite authors are ones that use less words and say more with it, but I feel like she does a good job of like the balance of that. Pretty much that is how I feel. And what I also feel is sleepy. So I'm going to go to bed tomorrow morning. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna set an alarm for 7, but I kind of think I will wake up before that because that's usually when I wake up. Then I'm going to probably audiobook right when I first wake up, or maybe I'll wake up. Ooh, you know what would actually be amazing is if I woke up and then laid in bed and finished my book. I never do that. That's my plan. And then once I do that, I'll probably pick another book to read and I'll listen to it, and then I have to go to the gym. And then our plan for tomorrow afternoon is to coffee shop crawl, a little change of scenery from the couch. Love the couch, but like I can't do a whole 12 more hours of that. That's it for real this time. Love you guys. See you in the morning. Hi friends, happy Sunday. I feel like I briefly talked to you this morning and then I went to the gym and I've just been moving and grooving all morning. It is currently 10:07, which means I've been reading now for a little over 3 hours. I have been listening to the In Between Bookstore all morning. This is something that I got on NetGalley a year ago. In fact, so long that the NetGalley thing expired and I just checked it out of Libby, but it seemed like an interesting concept. I love books about books and so far I'm enjoying it. I'm like 4 hours into it. Oh, I'm almost 5 hours into it. I've been listening to it on 2x because it feels like it's not really going that fast. I'm exactly 50% of the way through. As you can see, it's a pretty short book, 130 pages left. I made myself a breakfast sandwich. I made some tofu scramble the other day and I just got English muffins and sausage at Trader Joe's. Did that with avocado, and I got the Trader Joe's onion salt, which I love and I haven't had in so long, so really excited about that. Oh, I finished The Night in the Moth this morning. Really enjoyed it. I feel like I don't really have too many more new thoughts from what I was saying last night. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was fun. It felt very classic fantasy. Didn't really connect that much with the main character, but I liked her. I just felt like she fell a little flat for me. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, she wasn't my favorite. I did love the romance. The like fantasy yearning romance is just great, wonderful. I really like the way Rachel Gillig writes, and the other thing is I like the way it ended. I didn't feel super cliffhangery to me. Like, it felt well resolved, but like set up well for a second book. So I'm excited for when the second book comes out. Those are pretty much all the thoughts that I have. So I'm gonna sit here, eat my sandwich, read my book, and most importantly, I'm going to enjoy the sun because it is so rare in January in Vermont to get sun. We never, ever, ever have sun in the winter. Hey guys, I'm realizing that I didn't even explain to you anything about what this book was about and what I was feeling, and I want to give you an update before I finish it. Basically, this story is about a man named Darby who lives in New York City, loses his job, and ends up going back home to his small town in Iowa? Somewhere in the Midwest. He worked at this place called In Between Books, and he goes back to a small town to help his mom move because he has no job in New York and he's like, kind of need a change. And when he goes into the bookstore, it travels him back in time 10 years, and the younger version of himself is working there, and he's kind of trying to figure out what happened between him and his best friend from high school in the past, and then in the present he is like reconnecting with that best friend from high school and other people in his town. Kind of millennial vibes. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. I am still enjoying it. The magical realism is fun. It's not a humongous part of the plot. Oh, the other main thing about the main character is that he's trans, and he felt a lot growing up that there were no queer people in Iowa, whatever small town he was from. I do like the queer aspect of this story. It's a little bit kind of, as you learn about his background, kind of a coming out story, which I feel like is just the genre of like the main plot point of them being queer is about them like discovering their identity and coming out to the people in their life. I love a queer story where it's just like, oh yeah, that's who I am, and the plot is completely different from that. This is like towing the line of a coming out story, but we'll see what it was that broke up him and his best friend. It's fun, it's quick, it's giving like 3.75 vibes. I'll let you know what I think at the end, but just wanted to give you that brief little plot summary update. Hey guys, it is 11:22 and I just finished the In Between Bookstore. My 5 words for this book are millennial, New York City, queer, Midwest, cringe. I think this book was sweet and I'm glad that I read it. This is definitely a millennial book, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. So I think I'm gonna rate this a 3.5, 3.75. It definitely was very much like finding myself again and having like a quarter life crisis, and do I want to live in New York City? Do I want to live in the Midwest? The whole time travel thing, honestly, I don't know if magical realism is the genre for me, because I felt this way when I read the 7-Year Slip. Like, if you time travel in the past, but see yourself in the past, and then you change things about what's happening in the past, and then doesn't that change your future? And they addressed that more in this book, but like, we didn't really get any answers about it, so I don't really know. Anyway, 3.5 stars, I think, is what I'm gonna rate this. Glad I read it. It was fine. I didn't like it a ton. I am gonna go pick my next book. I'm heading out to 2 coffee shops. We're gonna go to Nomad first and Speeder and Earl's, both in Burlington. Love those places. I haven't been to Nomad in like over a year, honestly. I'm gonna probably pack maybe 2 books in my Kindle for some options. I think I know which one I'm gonna pick next, but we'll chat about it before I leave. Hi friends. Welcome to my floor. Let's decide what books I should bring with me to the coffee shop. Also, I was just thinking, I haven't listened to any music except for one. I listened to one song this morning because I woke up and I really needed to listen to it. Reading for 24 hours means that I haven't listened to any music and besides like instrumentals, and that's really weird for me. Anyway, moving on. Here are the options. I think this is the one that I'm most inclined to read. It's on my January TBR. It is 319 pages, respectable length for me to be able to finish today for sure. I think I'm really gonna enjoy it. I also have the ebook and the audiobook on Libby. That's a good option. So I'm definitely bringing this one with me. The other 2 ones I have on my January TBR that I could start are The Great Alone and One for My Enemy. I really want to read The Great Alone, but I don't think I have like the capacity to do that today. This one I'm also really excited to read, but I just finished a fantasy and then kind of magical realism, so I don't know if I want to read another fantasy. I think I'm gonna leave this one at home. Then we have this wonderful stack of library books. I'm not gonna bring this one with me. I'm considering bringing with me one of the shorter books that I have. How about this? Read the first sentence of each one and we'll see which one is most intriguing to me. Okay, the Banned Books Club. Wait, you're not still running that book club you started in high school, are you? Okay, that sounds boring. This one is Headshot. Love the cover of this. I remember seeing this all over Goodreads when it came out and it just looked really cool. Okay, it starts off with a news article. Andy Taylor is pumping her hands together, hitting her own flat stomach, thinking not of her mother sitting at home with her little brother, not of her car, which barely got her here, not of her summer job, her lifeguarding at the overcrowded community pool, not of the 4-year-old she watched die, the 4-year-old she practically killed. Oh my god. Okay, so that is intriguing. This one is another short book that I picked up at the library. In Buenos Aires, the afternoon of September 13th, 1940 was rainy, and the war in Europe was so remote that one might still have thought it was peacetime. Okay, this one looks interesting and also short. Cemetery of Untold Stories. Alma once had a friend, a writer, who for years before she died, relatively young, was always talking about this one story she had to write down. I feel like I flipped through this the other day and they had mention of Vermont. Yes! Vermont! Okay. This is another potential. Okay, the first part of this is a news article about somebody going missing. Money is my phantom limb. It was part of my body once. Okay, this one looks good. Short chapters. Okay, this isn't helpful. It's making me want to read all of them. We're bringing this one definitely. We're bringing this one definitely. And then I think I'm gonna bring this one because it seems kind of mystery vibes and I feel like I'm gonna need a mystery to read today. Okay, right now it's 11:30, which means I have 7.5 hours left of reading. I feel like easily we can get through these 2 books in 7.5 hours. Maybe I'm overestimating, but I don't know. I'm gonna start with this one just because I have the audiobook of it, and I'm gonna bring this one to keep in my car in case I change my mind, and I'm gonna put this into my bag to bring with me into the coffee shop, and maybe I will switch between these 2 because they seem different enough that I could do that. And let's get our snacks ready and then we will go to the coffee shop. Guys, I was just flipping through this book for B-roll footage and I realized it says on there map of Panama Canal, but there's actually no map because this is the Ark, so there's no map in it. Guess I'm gonna have to look up a map of the Panama Canal. I really think I'm gonna enjoy this one. Okay, I'm gonna read like 1 chapter and then I'll start listening to the audiobook and get ready to go. I took advantage of my 3-minute drive in the car to listen to some music because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm missing listening to music today. We are on to our second location. Nomad was great. I had a delicious rosemary fig chai. No, matcha. So good. I read about 70 pages of this book. Wish that I read more, but that's okay, whatever. The point of this is to just read. I need to stop thinking about finishing lots of books. Anyway, we're going into Speeder and Earl's now. We're gonna be here for a couple hours. Like, I wanna finish this. I don't think I can finish this in a couple hours. I probably will read like at least to page 150 and then I might switch. 2 options. I have to read a little bit of Pride and Prejudice because Tenny and I are watching more episodes of it tonight, so I have to read like 5 more chapters. Anyway, I have to do that. The other option to read is that other book, Headshot, that I brought, so we'll see what I get up to, but we're going to sit and read in Speeder and Earls now, and yeah, that's the update for now. Okay, talk to you guys later. Hi friends, I have returned back home. We are taking a break in the reading because Tenny wants to not be out of her house until 10 p.m. So we are doing our Pride and Prejudice watching now since we last spoke, I read a little bit more of The Great Divide, and then I also read the 5 or 6 chapters in Pride and Prejudice that I needed to read before we watched this episode. So we're gonna go spend a couple hours watching TV, have some really yummy snacks, and then I have 3 more hours left to do before I go to sleep. So I will check in with you guys before I start those last 3 hours. Almost at the end. Hi guys, the time is now 6:55 and I am going to read for the next 3 hours. I have a mug of green tea in the living room because I'm getting a little sleepy, but it's only 7 o'clock, so I can't go to bed anyway. This is like putting me right up until my bedtime. I have this book, which I have a little under 200 pages of this left. I feel like I could definitely finish that in 3 hours, but I also kind of want to switch up and read this book. I don't think I could read 400 pages in 2 hours. I think what I'm gonna do is read this, and I also have it on my Kindle, but I'm gonna try to read the physical copy for a little bit, maybe for like an hour, and then decide where to go from there. I have this like idea in my head that I can finish both of these tonight, which is like silly. I'm not gonna be doing that, but I definitely think that I can finish this one. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go put another one of those cozy read with me videos on the TV. My mini chicken tacos that I'm eating for dinner are in the air fryer, and I am going to sit and read for the next 3 hours, I guess. Wish me luck. Been a little over an hour and I'm cranking through this book. I have now only 100 pages left. I think that means that I've read around like 80 or 90 pages, and I am feeling antsy about some things I have to clean up in the kitchen. I want to pack my lunch for work tomorrow because I'm going into the office tomorrow. I think I'm gonna just wash my face and brush my teeth, like get ready for bed, even though it's only 8 o'clock. I've had enough snacks today. My tummy hurts a little bit, so I don't think I will be eating any more food tonight. Anyway, point is, I'm going to put on the audiobook for this book, clean up in the kitchen maybe like 15 or 20 minutes, and do my like nighttime routine and get everything ready for tomorrow so I can just sit and relax for the rest of the night. I don't think I really talked much about what this book is about. It is a historical fiction book about the Panama Canal and Panama in the turn of the century, like early 1900s, when the US has control over it, which is a period of history I know nothing about, and it has made me want to do a little more research, which is something I'm going to be trying to do more this year. I feel like not being in school for almost 3 years now, I really miss learning, and I want to be taking opportunities where I can to learn things. And that's one of the reasons I love historical fiction, because I feel like it's an easy way to learn stuff. It's given to you in parts rather than like info dump like a nonfiction book sometimes can be. But I want to take opportunities like this where I read a historical fiction book and I'm like, oh, I don't really know much about this time period or this part of history, and do a little more research. So that may be a project for this week, is finding some videos and articles or something so that I can learn more about this time period in Panama and about the history of the US occupation. I don't know if that's necessarily the right word. That's why I have to learn about it. Interesting part of history that I'm learning something new about. I love the characters that she's created. I really liked her other book, I think, because I loved the characters so much. And I like the way that she has multiple characters that we're following, and their lives are a little bit intertwining. Not all of them, but some of them in different ways. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. Like, I'm really enjoying this book. I don't think it's giving me 5-star feelings necessarily, but definitely above a 4-star. And I'm excited to finish it probably in the next hour or so, given how fast I read those last 100 pages. The audiobook maybe will be a little bit slower. So I'm going to put on the audiobook, do my little chores so I can sit peacefully, and I will talk to you guys again probably when I'm finished with the book. We're done. It's 9:35. I've decided I've been doing this for at least 24 hours. I was doing this for over 12 hours yesterday. I've done it for over 12 hours today. Did I read every single minute of the 24 hours? No. Did I have a great time? Absolutely. And you know what? That is what is most important. And I just finished The Great Divide. So let's talk about this and then we'll do a little recap of all the other books I have in this stack. I really enjoyed this one. I think it was a wonderful historical fiction book. I haven't read a historical fiction book in a while, which is unusual. I was in a real historical fiction kick last year and it's definitely one of my favorite genres. And like I said, this is a part of time that I know nothing about, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more research on the history of it. I think I'm going to give it a 4.75. I really liked the characters in this book. She did a wonderful job developing them and their emotions. I liked how hopeful the story was, even though there was some intense stuff. I did really like how hopeful all the characters seemed to be, and I liked the different characters that it followed, how everybody's stories wove together a little bit, and I think her writing is really, really, really good. So I would definitely recommend this one, which means that we finished a total of 4 books in this video. It means we've read 380, 320 is 6. I think it means we read about 1,200 or 1,300 pages, which is a lot. To recap, first we finished Beartown. I read half of this yesterday and finished it. Amazing, best book literally ever. I wrote in my Goodreads review 5 million stars. I think that this is going to get a permanent place on my top 5 books list. Like, I don't even have the words. It was so good. Like, I want to go back and read it all over again. So difficult for anything to follow that up. But then next I finished The Night and the Moth, which I really enjoyed. It was a great fantasy story. Rachel Gillig's a fantastic author. Excited to see what the next book is about. And then I read The In-Between Bookstore. Not my favorite, but it wasn't a bad book, but it wasn't my favorite. And that's pretty much all I have to say on that. And then I just finished The Great Divide. And then I also wanted to include Pride and Prejudice in here because I didn't really talk too much about this one. If you didn't see my TBR video, Tenny and I are reading this one together for our little personal curriculum fancy book club. And we've been reading it and watching the show like you saw. So I read maybe 50, 100 pages of this, not too much. And I will be finishing this one in the next couple of days. I'm really enjoying it. It's pretty funny, and I've always been kind of wary of classics, but I feel like this one has felt approachable for me, and I'm enjoying it. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. If you're watching this part right now, you've probably watched a pretty long video, so appreciate you watching all the way until the end. But if you made it this far, you should totally subscribe. Lots of fun things going on. I have another fun reading vlog coming out next week, and I wouldn't want you to miss that, so make sure you're subscribed. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books. Let me know what you think about 24-hour reading vlogs, if I do another one, if there's a different way you think I should switch it up. I'm really glad I did this. I had such a wonderful weekend just reading the whole weekend, and I read some great books. I will see you guys next week. Bye, friends.